Hidden behind North Korea's tightly controlled borders lies a world that few outsiders ever see. But every now and then, rare glimpses of life inside this secretive nation slip through the cracks, revealing a stark contrast to the official narrative. In today's video, we're going to uncover 10 of the most shocking leaks that challenge the image the regime tries so hard to maintain. But before we dive in, it's crucial to note that the footage you're about to see comes from independent sources. None of it was staged or altered to target any individual or organization. Let's get started. Smuggling 20,000 USB drives into one of the most secretive countries on Earth. What could be so dangerous that the regime fights so fiercely to hide it? These USB drives are part of a bold project called Flash Drives for Freedom, which aims to pierce the Iron Curtain of North Korea with glimpses of the outside world. Loaded with Hollywood movies, popular music, and hit TV shows, they offer ordinary North Koreans a rare view beyond their borders, a world their government desperately wants to keep hidden. This mission is urgent. As North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un pushes forward with nuclear weapons testing, tensions with the West have escalated. Sanctions grow harsher, and the people of North Korea remain in the dark, unaware of how their leader's actions shape their lives. These smuggled drives are more than just entertainment, they are a lifeline to the truth. Americans from all walks of life have donated their old USB drives to this cause. Once smuggled past the heavily guarded borders, these drives are sold on North Korea's black market, offering a rare glimpse of a world that starkly contrasts with the regime's propaganda. But the risk is immense. The North Korean government is ruthless in its effort to block foreign culture. They've taken extreme measures to keep it out, even launching balloons loaded with content to circumvent their own censorship. The penalties for getting caught with foreign media are terrifying. On July 2024, reports surfaced that 30 teenagers were executed for the simple act of watching South Korean dramas, a chilling example of the brutal enforcement of the rejection of counter-reactionary culture and thought act, which mandates the death penalty for consuming or distributing South Korean content. This horrifying reality underscores the regime's merciless grip on information. As you watch these leaked videos, remember the immense risks people take just to glimpse the outside world, something we often take for granted. Do you think you would be brave enough to view or share these USB drives if you were in their shoes? Comment below and let's talk. In a world where every escape from North Korea is a matter of life and death, the stakes are unbearable. Imagine fleeing a country where every step is haunted by the fear of being caught, tortured, or killed. One such escape, caught on camera, reveals the harrowing reality defectors face. At the Central Security Area, a car suddenly sped through North Korean checkpoints, racing toward the relative safety of the South. Without hesitation, 4 North Korean soldiers unleashed a storm of bullets, showing no mercy. Thermal cameras captured the desperate moment as 2 South Korean soldiers risked everything to drag the wounded defector to safety. Shot 5 times, he was airlifted to a hospital, clinging to life. Miraculously, he survived, a rare triumph in this deadly game. For every successful escape, countless others end in tragedy. Some defectors are snatched back just as they touch freedom, their fates sealed in darkness. What happens to them is unimaginable, lost to a void of horror. Even those who do reach freedom find the struggle is far from over. The stark contrast between modern South Korea and North Korea's oppressive regime leaves many defectors overwhelmed, the weight of their past too heavy to bear. Some, unable to cope with the crushing pressure, make the heartbreaking decision to return to the country they once risked everything to escape. Before we get to the next truth, if you can help me, it will only take 10 seconds for you to hit that subscribe button. In return, we promise to continue making the show even better for you. Deal. One of the most heart-wrenching videos ever leaked, a desperate mother and her young daughter make a doomed attempt to escape North Korea. Captured on the frozen banks of the Yalu River, the footage reveals a chilling scene: a mother and daughter, having bribed a North Korean soldier, try to cross the icy boundary into China. But their hope is crushed when other soldiers discover them. The mother is frantic, and her daughter, realizing the terror that awaits, screams in despair. Their fate is sealed as they are dragged back to North Korea, destined for the nightmarish labor camps that await those who try to flee. These camps, like the infamous North Hamgyong prison, are hellish places where around 1,000 women endure unimaginable suffering for sentences ranging from 6 months to 3 years. While they may escape execution, every day is a brutal fight for survival, marked by beatings, starvation, and relentless forced labor. One survivor's testimony captures the horror. Starved and overworked, she and others were forced to saw trees, haul wood, and perform grueling tasks demanded by the Chinese. When those were done, they faced even more dehumanizing work, including mixing human waste with mud to create fertilizer. Their food was barely edible, thin soup from scraps of corn and beans. By the time she was released, her body had wasted away to a mere 60 pounds, nearly half of what she weighed upon entering the camp. It's not just the adults who suffer in North Korea. The next leak reveals a devastating truth about the country's youngest and most vulnerable citizens. In a country that claims to prioritize children's rights and welfare above all else, one would expect to see young lives thriving in safety and happiness. But a recently leaked video shatters this illusion, revealing the chilling reality for North Korean children. Picture this: children, no older than 9, toiling away under the scorching sun, forced to repair railways. Their frail bodies struggle to carry heavy sacks of rocks, while others swing hammers with weary arms. These children should be in school, yet they've been expelled and thrust into hard labor, working up to 10 grueling hours a day. This heartbreaking footage exposes the stark contrast between the regime's propaganda and the harsh truth. While the country's leader enjoys a life of opulence, these innocent children endure conditions that resemble modern-day slavery. In another gut-wrenching scene, the children are seen without even basic footwear, let alone school supplies or books. They sleep right on the train tracks, huddled in the cold, one child barely able to keep his hand warm inside his shirt. Their plight is a tragic reminder that these children never had a choice in where they were born. What follows in this leaked footage will leave you speechless. In North Korea's capital, Pyongyang, a facade of wealth and prosperity is maintained for the world to see, but beneath this glittering surface lies a stark reality that the regime is desperate to keep hidden. In a rare, leaked video, a woman and her child, both emaciated to the point of being mere skin and bones, reveal the harrowing truth about life for those who aren't part of the privileged elite. They huddle in a tiny, dilapidated hut, too terrified to venture into the city during the day, fearing arrest and the horrifying prospect of being sent to a labor camp, a fate that could erase them from existence. The situation in North Korea is nothing short of dire. More than 40% of the population suffers from chronic malnutrition, a silent crisis that disproportionately affects children, leaving them with stunted growth and irreversible developmental issues. The root of this catastrophe lies in the regime's gross mismanagement and its relentless focus on military spending, prioritizing weapons over food security for its people. The once functioning state-controlled food distribution system has all but collapsed, forcing citizens to navigate a corrupt and resource-starved economy just to survive. This is a society where the struggle for daily sustenance is a grim reality, hidden away from the eyes of the world, where despair is the rule rather than the exception. A video goes viral, showing North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and Russian President Vladimir Putin sharing a toast, raising their glasses with stoic expressions, and then without taking a sip placing their drinks back on the table. The internet buzzes with comments about their seemingly cold and calculated gesture, suggesting hidden tensions or unspoken agreements between the two leaders. But here's the twist: what you're seeing has been cleverly manipulated. This encounter actually took place in Russia on October 25, 2019, and the clip that circulated online was deceptively edited. The viral version of the video shows them raising their glasses, but what's not immediately clear is that the footage has been reversed. In the original, unedited video, both leaders indeed take a sip after toasting. This clever reversal has fooled many into thinking they were avoiding the drink altogether, crafting a narrative that simply isn't true. And this isn't an isolated case. North Korea has been the subject of many such manipulations. Take, for instance, the widely shared video of the Korean Army Choir seemingly performing the song "I Want to Break Free." On the surface, it's an incredible moment. North Korean soldiers singing a Western rock anthem, a bold act of defiance against the regime, right? Wrong. This video was actually the creation of a comedy YouTube channel which spliced together clips from two entirely different North Korean concerts and dubbed them with the sound of the iconic Queen song. In reality, the choir was performing a state-approved piece praising the North Korean government, not a rebellious Western tune. These examples are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the strange, often disturbing, world of North Korean propaganda and the lengths to which some will go to manipulate our perception of this secretive state. Buckle up, because what we're about to explore next will leave you questioning everything you think you know about North Korea. Speaking of illusions, what happens when we look beyond North Korea's borders? Our next video reveals what lies in the shadows just across the Yalu River. Curious about what really happens along the shadowy China-North Korea border? It's a place so shrouded in secrecy that even a whisper echoes like a shout. Yet, every so often, the veil lifts, offering a fleeting look at the hidden lives North Korea struggles to conceal. In Dandong, a Chinese city just across the Yalu River from North Korea, the boundary is more porous than the infamous demilitarized zone. The river here is a fragile divide, one you could swim across in minutes. Despite China's recent push to erect a nearly 1,400-kilometer fence, gaps remain gaps through which brave North Korean defectors slip into freedom. One of the most haunting glimpses from this border shows North Koreans, clad in rubber suits, plunging into the Yalu's icy waters, not to escape but to dig for gold. Local Chinese villagers, in hushed voices, reveal that this is a common sight. Just a stone's throw away, North Korean soldiers stand guard, overseeing the grueling task. Why such desperation over this stretch of river? South Korean estimates suggest North Korea's gold reserves could be as high as 2,000 tons, the sixth largest in the world. It's a staggering fortune in a nation crippled by poverty. But the river isn't just a source of wealth. It's a lifeline. North Koreans wash their vegetables, scrub their clothes, and even bathe in its waters. Yet, when winter's icy grip takes hold, the river turns from a lifeline into a frozen barrier, cutting off the only water source many rely on. In a twist of irony, while North Koreans labor under the gaze of soldiers, some Chinese sneak across the river at night for a strange pastime, drinking in North Korea. Armed with grilled chicken, sausage, white wine, and cigarettes, they seek out North Korean beer, rumored to be better than anything available back home. These rare, risky glimpses into life along the border expose just how tightly North Korea controls its narrative and how much it tries to hide from the world. Imagine a training video so intense. It rattles the nerves of even the most seasoned soldiers. Back in the year 2014, a North Korean military training video leaked online, causing a sensation and racking up millions of views worldwide. In this footage, North Korean soldiers relentlessly target lifelike cutouts of American soldiers. The fury in their attacks leaves the targets utterly destroyed, torn apart in a way that leaves no room for doubt. North Korea harbors a deep and unyielding hatred for the U.S. military. But the intensity doesn't stop there. North Korean children are shown taking part in eerily similar drills. In one chilling scene, they behead a mannequin of an American soldier, smashing its head with a disturbing sense of purpose. From a young age, they're taught to view America as the ultimate enemy. On June 27, 2017, the streets of North Korea were filled with citizens carrying anti-American slogans, marking the day of struggle against American imperialism. This hatred is rooted in a history of unimaginable suffering. During the Korean War, U.S. aircraft dropped over 600,000 tons of explosives on North Korea. The devastation was catastrophic, with over 1,300,000 casualties, including both soldiers and civilians. Entire cities were reduced to rubble, forcing survivors to live in a landscape of ruin. Understanding this context makes it clear why North Korea's animosity toward the United States runs so deep. And these leaked videos give us a haunting glimpse into the reality that the regime works hard to keep hidden. If you thought the military's training was intense, just wait until you see what comes next. This video showcases a display of martial arts so extreme, it blurs the line between skill and sheer brutality. Next, we uncover the chilling truth behind the seemingly impressive martial arts of the North Korean army. One viral video showcases a jaw-dropping martial arts performance by North Korean doctors and soldiers. Imagine this President Kim Jong-un and his top officials clapping non-stop as soldiers smash bricks with their bare hands and using sledgehammers to shatter concrete blocks right on their chests. The display of sheer power in this video is both terrifying and awe-inspiring. But it doesn't stop there. In one particularly gruesome scene, a shirtless soldier smashes numerous glass bottles against the body of another soldier, who remains standing despite the vicious blows. As if that wasn't enough, he endures repeated strikes to the stomach with a stick, yet refuses to falter. The intensity escalates when two other soldiers push the limits of human endurance by forcing a metal rod down their throats. For years, North Korea has boasted about its martial arts prowess, using these performances to showcase its military might to the world. But is there more beneath the surface? One defector, a former soldier named Min, paints a starkly different picture. He revealed that each grueling shift lasted up to 13 hours, often in freezing cold temperatures, with uniforms that barely provided any warmth. To stave off hunger, he had to eat corn porridge, and at one point his weight plummeted to less than 90 pounds. In desperate times, he turned to foraging for mushrooms, narrowly escaping death from poisonous ones. Some of his comrades weren't so lucky. And as for cigarettes, they were all he had in abundance. In one of the rare glimpses into everyday life in downtown Pyongyang, a video surfaced showing a seemingly ordinary day on the city's bustling streets. Amid the crowd, a female police officer stood at attention, supposedly managing the flow of traffic. But something unusual caught the camera's eye. She appeared almost entranced by the scenery, standing still and oblivious to the vehicles around her. It wasn't until she noticed the camera that she suddenly sprang into action, blowing her whistle and motioning to direct traffic. But in reality, there was no traffic to control, and her actions were more for show than necessity. You see, in North Korea, the presence of traffic control personnel is often just for appearances. In many parts of the country, the roads are eerily empty, with hardly a car in sight. It's not uncommon to see children playing freely on the streets, with no vehicles to disturb them. But what's even more intriguing is the strict criteria these female officers must meet. Beyond their professional duties, they are selected based on their appearance. And here's the catch: if they marry, they are required to resign, and they must retire before reaching the age of 26. Perhaps it's no wonder that foreign visitors often find these women a fascinating subject for photographs. This brief moment of unguarded behavior offers a rare, candid glimpse behind the curtain of the world's most secretive nation. If you liked today's video, please give me a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel Globe Go. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen now. I am sure you will like this content. Comment below with the next country you'd like to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.